I'm Carissa here at Sacramento Delta Property Management. I am the Vice President and I manage the Auburn Boulevard office. I've been here for about 13 years.
I am Shelby with Sac Delta Property Management, and I'm a property manager over at the Florin office, and I've been in the industry for about 5 years.
And I'm Keisha Jenkins, and I'm a property manager here at Sacramento Delta Property Management, and I've been with the company for 13 years.
Okay, so today, experts, we're going to be talking about reducing the vacancy period.
Ew.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
expert advice for reducing vacancies.
Well, first of all, I think you can reduce your vacancies by building a rapport not only with your owner clients but also with the residents.
Right.
I have a saying that I like to use, and I often tell my owner clients this. You are in a partnership, and I'm just the negotiator in the partnership to make sure that things go smoothly and things are taken care of inside the home. And I feel that if we're able to accommodate the owner's needs as well as the residents' needs, you're going to reduce your vacancy.
100%. I totally agree with that, because I've had tenants where if you communicate, I always really try to get in there and do a pre-move out inspection, because if I can get in and see the state of the house now, I may be able to put it on the market prior to it becoming vacant, because I can tell people that, you know, when it's going to be ready to move into. So having a good rapport with your tenant is a huge thing, and I think people undervalue their tenants sometimes, and you know,
they do.
You have to you think that they're paying the mortgage or part of the mortgage and the expenses on the house, so you do need to appreciate them, you know, and if they're taking great care of the home, you know, going in there for a pre-move out inspection is really big, because you can see what work needs to be done. You can also prepare the owner mentally for the financial responsibilities that are, you know, he's going to have to perform, he or she.
Exactly.
So that's a big thing, I think.
And then what does a rent-ready home look like? What are you expecting when you go in?
Ooh, that's a loaded question for me. I'm going to let her go first, because I have a long list.
Okay. Well, you have to imagine that if you were to walk in and move in right now, is it ready to go? Would you be okay with the current condition that it is in at this very moment? And that means cleaning, that means paint, that means flooring, you know, everything needs to be completed, because a tenant, or you know, a potential tenant, what they're looking for is their home.
Right.
They want to picture their family there, or you know, their friends and you know, the community, and they want to see and imagine their possessions in that house tomorrow.
I have said that a million times over. Whenever I go to a new account, that is one of the things that I can't stress enough. And I know that everybody lives differently. You know, for some people, painting the walls isn't a big deal if they're going to put things on them anyways, or making sure that the carpets are clean, or if they need to be replaced, that it's done, and just making sure that it's clean. And when I mean clean, you know, again, that is speculative. Everybody has their level of cleanliness, but I said I want to be able to eat off the floor. I want to be able to walk into a bathroom and the toilet sparkle and shine and they're not disgusting. I want people who I'm going to be showing your home to envision them being in that space, all of their things, from entertaining in the backyard to pulling up in the driveway, just everything. And sometimes that's an easy sell. Sometimes it's not, depending on the person. But definitely underlines what you said 100%. I agree.
Well, and I have had a lot of experience where tenants will, or potential applicants, I'll have a showing and people will walk in and go, oh my gosh, this is the cleanest property that I've seen. You should see some of these properties that I've walked into.
Oh my God,
and the other thing is that you have to also think that we have to be able to tell tenants or, you know, applicants what's going to be done to the home. Because they don't always trust us with, you know, maybe negative experiences where a past residents, they were told that, you know, the fence was going to be replaced, or they were told that it was going to be painted, but then when they actually moved in, it wasn't done. Right. So, and I, you know, just have a recent experience where I've had a house on the market in a great market in a great area for, you know, a month and a half, and it was because the walls weren't painted, and the owner was just so on the fence about it. And now that the walls are painted, it looks great, and I have tons of people calling. So, but at the same time, the house has been on the market for a month and a half, and people are wondering why it hasn't rented.
Right.
So it's gone a little bit stagnant,
right.
And that's unfortunate because we maybe missed an opportunity right there. So having, again, going to do that pre-move out and maybe starting to get those bids early can kind of expedite the process, and having a good timeline to just get things done.
Right.
So
Exactly.
And making sure that it's rent ready. The expectations are set from the beginning.
Oh,
From the very
100%.
day one.
Because you really do. You are setting a standard for the tenants that you also want. You're setting the standard of how you want your home to be treated.
Right.
So if it's clean, the carpets are clean, the paint is fresh, you're really going to have a tenant that values the time and effort that you put into getting it ready for them,
Absolutely.
to getting it rented, that they're probably going to return it in the same condition. And like you had said, as far as cleaning goes, cleaning most of the time is a one-time expense for the owner, and it's the first time that you get it done prior to a resident moving in the very first time. Because after that, if the resident moves out and it's not to the same level of expectation, they're going to be charged for it, because cleaning, again, isn't a wear and tear item. So
it's a standard.
It is a standard. So having a high standard for cleanliness, window tracks, mini blinds,
Absolutely.
light fixtures, make sure there's no bugs stuck in them. Those
Exactly.
little things actually do make a difference, and your tenants will appreciate it, and they will have a high standard, and they will respect the property a little bit more. And I have seen that. It's true.
I personally think, because the way that we vet our applicants, we're one of the strictest in Sacramento. We're always looking for the best, highly qualified tenants that we can put in a home. So I always tell my clients that we're going to give you the best tenant that we can possibly put in your home, and they have to meet all of our guidelines. We have standards. I have standards as your property manager, and I want those standards to be met across the board. So never short yourself when it comes to making sure that the home is rent ready for them to move in, because I'm going to demand that same standard when the residents go to move out. But you have to give that to me at the very beginning. And when I explain that to them, because those are my expectations, I usually get that. So.
I also, again, with the as far as the application process, when you have highly qualified applicants, their expectations are a little bit higher.
Exactly.
Because they can go anywhere and rent. So you want to be the house that
they chose.
They want to make their home.
Exactly.
So,
Absolutely.
And I think that's,
making sure the houses are sparkling shine is going to reduce the vacancy period and set the expectations from the beginning for the tenants, making sure that they're starting off on a good foot.
Yeah.
And making sure that you're not overpriced on your property. If it's been on the market for a couple days, you haven't heard anything, you're not seeing a lot of traction as far as leads coming in on the internet, listen to your property manager and adjust the rate, because you may have, your expectation may be a little bit high as far as
have a story
the
about
market
that.
rent goes.
Because I have had several properties now that just kind of been lingering out. They're in the same neighborhood. They all are different prices, and I've been showing them consistently, like 4 out of the 5 days of the week I'm showing them, and nothing. So I finally emailed all of my clients and was like, okay, here's the deal. We got to bring these prices down. It's getting towards the end of summer, so that mad rush to find a place before school start and all of that has died down. Yeah. You can have people that are now, they're professionals, they're transferring jobs in, they're looking for something in a cheaper range. If they're coming out of state or out of town, we've got to lower the prices. Mm-hmm. I was expecting pushback, and I got none. Everybody said, lower the price, lower the price, lower the price. That's great.
The market
because they're
saturated.
listening, they're listening. And that's a great deal when you have clients that are going to listen. In terms of sparkle and shine, I wanted to piggyback off of what she was saying, is that the sparkle and shine does not only extend inside the home, it also extends outside of the home.
100%.
You have to make sure that from the moment somebody arrive at your property, that they're already excited just by how it looks on the outside.
No VR.
You don't understand. If you get one of those that pull up, they're like, ew. Yeah. They're getting back in their car and they're done. They're not going to even get to see how great it looks on the inside.
They may just continue driving.
And sometimes, unfortunately, the neighbors kind of affect the market as well. And
That's
so
true.
You do have to just, listen to your agent, make adjustments where it's needed. If you need to reduce, take what they're saying into consideration, because that is your biggest asset, is having somebody that knows the market.
Exactly.
Because we're renting properties every day.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
So expert advice on reducing the vacancy period.